the existential question. Why was I born like this? In the quiet spaces between the noise of daily life, a subtle yet persistent question often stirs in the heart. Why was I born like this? In this body, in this family, in this set of circumstances? We may not always voice it, but somewhere deep within, it lingers like a soft ember, glowing with unspoken wonder. A sick child lying silently in a hospital bed may whisper, "Why me?" A girl growing up in poverty or in the chaos of war may silently cry the same question. Even those blessed with health, wealth, and comfort may sometimes feel a strange hollowness inside and ask, what is this life really for? Modern life offers many explanations. Some say life is just random, a cosmic roll of the dice. Others turn to genetics. You are what your DNA dictates. Still others believe a divine being assigns destinies, choosing who is born where, in what body, with what future. But somehow, none of these answers quite touch the ache beneath the question. Because this is not just a scientific or religious puzzle, it is a question that comes from the soul, from the place where we feel ourselves existing without having chosen to. This inquiry is not new. Since ancient times, philosophers and seekers have wrestled with it. Some believe life was pure chaos. Others saw it as fixed destiny. But the Buddha pointed to something radically different. He neither endorsed fatalism nor dismissed life as chance. He didn't offer a magical answer. Instead, he turned our gaze inward toward something intimate and observable, the subtle traces left by our own choices, thoughts, and intentions. He spoke of karma, not as punishment, not as superstition, but as a natural principle of cause and effect. He said, beings are the owners of their actions, the heirs of their actions. They are born from their actions, connected to their actions, and supported by their actions. This is not meant to blame anyone for their suffering. Rather, it opens a doorway to a deeper understanding. It means that the life we're living now is not a random occurrence, nor the result of divine reward or wrath. It is the fruit of countless seeds, some recent, some ancient, sown through our thoughts, words, and deeds across time. Just as a tree grows from a seed that fell long ago, our current life arises from causes we may no longer remember. The body we inhabit, the circumstances we face, and even the temperament of our mind, none of these are accidents. They emerge from a stream of cause and effect, of karma unfolding over time. Some of these causes are close, planted in this very life. Others are distant, carried from lives long past, but all of them shape the conditions in which we now stand. So when we ask, why am I like this? We might gently shift the question to something more revealing. What have I once sown, knowingly or unknowingly, that has brought me here? This question does not lead to guilt or shame. Instead, it invites wisdom. It shows that life is neither punishment nor prize. It is continuation. It is the echo of what came before and the seed of what will come next. And that's the most powerful part, because if everything arises from causes, then this moment, right here, right now, is a cause too. What you think, say, and do in this instant is shaping what comes after. You cannot go back and change what has already been planted, but you can plant something different, something healing, starting now. This is the path the Buddha offered. Not a path of blame, but of insight. Not of resignation, but of possibility. Your life is not a sentence, it is a field. And today you are holding the seeds. The invisible stream, when memory cannot explain it all. One of the most common questions people ask when hearing about karma and rebirth is this: if what I'm going through now is the result of past actions, then why can't I remember any of it? This question doesn't come from doubt. It comes from a sincere longing for understanding. If we've lived before, created karma, and planted the seeds for this life, shouldn't we remember? But we don't. And that absence of memory makes us wonder. In the Buddhist view, however, memory is only the visible tip of the mind. It's like a lamp that lights only what's near, while far beneath the surface lies a deep and silent terrain where the seeds of karma rest. And it is in this hidden place that karma quietly does its work. Not loudly, not obviously, but continuously, like an underground stream flowing steadily through the earth. In Buddhism, the mind is not seen as a fixed soul. There's no little person sitting inside, recording events like a clerk in an archive. Instead, the mind is a current, a stream in constant movement. One moment flows into the next, one thought fades and another arises. When a life ends, this current doesn't disappear, it continues on, just like one candle lighting another. The new flame isn't exactly the old one, but without the first, the second wouldn't be. You don't become the same person in a new form. You are a continuation, a movement of energy, a stream shaped by karma. In later Buddhist teachings, this idea is deepened with the image of a laya vijnana, or storehouse consciousness. This is the deepest layer of the mind, where every action, every emotion, every thought leaves a trace, not as a clear memory, but as a seed. Some seeds are dry and dormant. Others are strong and charged with energy. These seeds do not disappear. They remain quietly embedded in the stream of consciousness, waiting for the right time to sprout. When one life ends, it's not a full stop. It's more like a wave receding and another rising in its place. And it is the strongest karmic seeds, the ones we've watered most often through our habits, emotions, and will, that rise at the end. These are what pull the stream forward. They shape the conditions of our rebirth, our body, our mind, our surroundings. But this is not punishment, nor is it reward. No God hands it out. No cosmic judge makes decisions. It's simply the natural unfolding of cause and effect. You plant a mango seed, you do not grow a chili. Gentle actions lead to peace, harsh actions lead to turmoil, and yet people still ask, if karma shapes so much of my life, do I still have any freedom? Am I just being swept along? This question touches the heart of Buddhist wisdom. The answer is, yes, you do have freedom. Karma is a pattern, not a prison. A river may flow in a certain direction, but even a small shift in terrain can redirect its course. We may not remember what we once sowed, but we can feel its effects. A strange pull, an unexplained fear, an attraction to certain things. We don't have to explain everything. What matters is this: life is not a blank page. It is a continuing chapter in a long story, and our hand still holds the pen. To live wisely is not to control every moment. It is to understand the law of cause and effect, to realize that the mind is not a rock, it is a stream. And within that stream, we can choose which seeds to water. That choice is our freedom. And from that place, karma is not just something inherited. It is something we are still shaping moment by moment. Karma and destiny. Are we puppets or creators? There's a quiet fear that many people carry, even if they rarely speak it aloud. It often surfaces in moments of despair, when we feel disappointed in ourselves, when our efforts seem fruitless. A small voice arises within. Maybe my life has already been set. Maybe I'm just reliving the consequences of past karma, and there's nothing I can really change. At such times, the concept of karma can become distorted. It no longer appears as the natural flow of cause and effect, but starts to feel like a verdict that has already been written. We look at our repeated mistakes, the habits we can't shake, the persistent pain we carry, and we begin to believe we are trapped, that all our striving is in vain. But the Buddha never taught karma as a sentence. He never said that life is a fixed play, and we are helpless actors on a stage. No, he taught that karma is movement, a living process, a connection between action and result. No one controls it from above. No one hands it to us. We are the ones who sow, who reap, who walk the path shaped by our own steps. One of the Buddha's clearest teachings says, "By oneself is evil done. By oneself is one defiled. By oneself is evil left undone. By oneself is one purified." Purity and impurity depend on oneself. No one can purify another. These words are not a burden. They are liberation. Because the moment we understand that we are not prisoners of our past, but participants in the karma we engage with every moment, something shifts. Suddenly, the present moment becomes a place of power. Every breath matters. Every choice counts. Every small act of thought or speech carries the potential to reshape the future. Yes, we are carrying old karma, patterns, tendencies, emotional imprints from before, but at the same time we are also creating new karma. A kind word, a moment of restraint, an honest act. These may seem small, but they are powerful seeds being planted now. That is the strength of this moment. It's not just something to pass through. It's a turning point. Some may say, "But I've tried to change and the same problems keep coming back." And this is where a deeper understanding of karmic seeds helps. Not all seeds sprout at once. Some lie deep in the soil. Some require time. Some, even when they begin to grow, can be weakened by new, more wholesome actions. Change is not always visible right away, but it is happening. This is why human life is so precious, not only because it contains the imprints of the past, but because it also holds the freedom of the present. We may not control which karmic seed ripens today, but we always have the power to choose which seed to plant for tomorrow. So when you ask, "Why am I not like others?" Why some are born into comfort, while others face hardship, remember that each person carries a unique karmic blueprint. No two lives are the same. Every existence is a blend of light and shadow, of blessings and burdens, of ease and learning. Not to divide us, but to awaken understanding and compassion. Karma is not a cage. It is a mirror, and it waits for your touch to reflect a new image. Nothing is too late. Nothing is beyond change. As long as there is one mindful breath, you are still holding the key to your own liberation. The Karmic Blueprint: Why we are all born so differently. Have you ever sat in silence and wondered, why is one person born beautiful and another with a disability? Why does one child open their eyes in a peaceful land while another is born into the chaos of war? Why do some learn quickly while others struggle for years without progress? These differences can leave us puzzled. Life may seem like a board game of chance, where fate deals each person an unfair hand. But the Buddha did not view these differences as accidents, nor did he believe in a divine power assigning destinies from above. Instead, he invited us to look deeper into ourselves, into the continuity of actions across time, and see a quiet, undeniable design. Karma. Not just karma from this life, but karma ripened through many lifetimes, through many moments of love, hatred, choices, and consequences. Like a farmer planting seeds every season, we are each living in a field we've cultivated long before. The Buddha once said, "It is action that distinguishes beings." At first glance, that may sound harsh, but in truth, it carries a liberating insight. You are not defined by your bloodline, nationality, or social status. You are shaped by what you have done, what you have thought, and what you have chosen. In many sutras, the Buddha explained this clearly. Taking life leads to a short lifespan. Protecting life leads to longevity. Anger and cruelty lead to unpleasant appearance. Patience and compassion create inner radiance. Envy brings isolation and obscurity. Rejoicing in others' joy invites respect and warmth. Stealing or stinginess plants the seeds of poverty. Generosity and sharing lead to abundance. Neglecting wisdom results in dullness. Diligently seeking truth brings clarity and intelligence. These are not mathematical formulas. It's not one lie equals one broken leg. But over time, through hundreds and thousands of choices, patterns form, and those patterns shape the conditions of a future life. They do not punish, they resonate. Imagine two babies born in the same hospital at the same hour. One grows up in comfort and love, the other in hardship and pain. It's not because one is better than the other. Each is carrying a different karmic current, unseen to the eyes, but as real as the blood flowing through their veins. And karma isn't only individual. The Buddha also spoke of collective karma. When groups of people act together through war, discrimination, compassion, or generosity, their shared choices shape the world they live in. A peaceful society doesn't arise by accident. It is nurtured by countless kind hearts. Likewise, a suffering nation is often the outcome of fear, greed, and delusion passed down over generations. When we understand this, something softens within us. We stop comparing ourselves with bitterness. We no longer ask, "Why am I not like them?" and instead begin to see, "I am the fruit of many causes, and so are they." Not to judge or justify, but to open our hearts to ourselves and to one another. This also helps us release resentment toward our past and pride about our present, because this karmic blueprint, though already sketched in part, is not sealed shut. We are still alive, we are still planting. And what we choose to sow today will quietly shape the next chapter of who we become. The human potential. What is this life really for? At some point in our lives, we all sit quietly and wonder, what is all this for? This body, this mind, this mix of sorrow and joy, what does it really mean? Are we simply drifting from one moment to the next, swept along by invisible causes with no clear direction? This question is not unique to the modern world. Even in the Buddha's time, people carried this quiet ache within them. But instead of offering a comforting belief or fixed explanation, the Buddha revealed something deeper, a path that could be tested and lived, here and now. On the path to awakening, the Buddha emphasized one thing first. To be born as a human is an incredibly rare and precious opportunity. Not rare like winning the lottery, but rare in a more meaningful way. Only in the human realm do we find the balance needed for true awakening. Compared to other forms of existence, humans are not entirely trapped by instinct like animals, nor lost in overwhelming pleasure like beings in heavenly realms. We stand in the middle, experiencing enough suffering to awaken us, and enough awareness to understand it. This balance makes transformation possible. The Buddha taught that the true purpose of human life is not to chase after success, beauty, wealth, or fame. These things rise and fall like waves. The real value of being human lies in this. We are capable of understanding suffering and its causes, and from that, we can become free. And the path forward isn't mysterious or hidden. It is the path of ethics, sila, concentration, samadhi, and wisdom, panya. Not a rigid set of rules or spiritual tricks, but a way of purifying the mind. refraining from harm, cultivating what is wholesome, and seeing clearly into the nature of life. Ethics steadies the heart. Concentration calms the mind. Wisdom opens the eyes. And when these three are cultivated, the grip of craving, aversion, and ignorance loosens. In that space, we not only relieve our suffering, we begin to stop the wheel of rebirth itself, the cycle sustained by our misunderstanding of reality. There is no reward giver, no punisher, only cause and effect, only the continuation of what we plant and what we reap. When we understand this, we no longer blame others for our pain, nor do we punish ourselves. Instead, we begin to care for the garden of our own heart, knowing that every thought, every intention is a seed shaping tomorrow. And from this insight, our way of living naturally transforms. We don't practice kindness to appear good, but because we've seen that hatred burns the one who holds it. We don't practice patience to gain merit, but because anger is a poison soaking into our own heart. This way of living doesn't only bring better outcomes in this life or the next, it opens the path to true freedom. A freedom not based on external conditions, but born from within. A freedom that comes not from having more, but from needing less. The Buddha never taught us to escape the world. He taught us to understand it, to live within it as one who is awake, not as one lost in dreams. To walk through life without being chained by our ego's stories or the blind habits of the past, but to move gently, steadily, and lovingly, as one who knows this is a dream and yet walks it with clarity and compassion. You are not bound. You hold the power to transform. There is one thing the Buddha never said. You were born like this because you deserved to be punished, or you were chosen specially, or you were just lucky. No, he never said such things. Instead, he taught, beings are the owners of their actions, the heirs of their actions. Their actions are the womb from which they are born, their companion, and their refuge. This is not a judgment. It is not a sentence. It is a truth that doesn't imprison you but hands you the power to change. Maybe you've hurt others. Maybe you've lived with anger, blame, or delusion. Maybe you're facing consequences that bring you pain, but none of that means you are condemned forever. Karma is not a shackle that locks you in place. It is a mirror, and every time you touch it, the reflection can shift. This is the beauty of the Buddha's teaching. You are not locked in the past. You are not a helpless victim in the turning of cause and effect. You are an active participant in it every second of your life. Right here in this very breath, you can choose to plant a new seed. You may not remember your past lives, but you can feel them. You have emotions without names, fears without origin, longings no one taught you. These are the imprints. These are the echoes of what came before, but you don't need to understand them all. What matters is this. The present is not where you are stuck. It is where you can begin again. No one is perfect. We are all woven from both light and shadow. Each of us carries seeds of compassion, wisdom, and mindfulness. And each of us also carries habits, wounds, and blindness. But you are the one who chooses what to water. Even in a life full of hardship, you can return to yourself with understanding, with presence, with kindness. And in that moment, you are no longer a puppet pulled by past karma. You are a being who is lighting their own path forward. So stop blaming fate. Don't condemn yourself. Don't believe you are unworthy of joy. Happiness is not a prize. It is the natural result of mindful choices. And no matter what yesterday looked like, you always have the power to plant again. The question, why am I the way I am, does not need to be met with guilt or resentment. It can be met with compassion and deep curiosity. It can mark the beginning of a new way of living, where each step you take, each thought you nourish, is rewriting your future. You are not bound. You are holding the key. And from that place, right where you are now, in this very breath, in this very thought, everything can begin to change.